I'm ready to receive operator directions. What's the session? Two urgent Forge wire cards are assigned to the same agent. That may indicate a queue stacking issue worth watching. And the team currently has 3 workers. Okay. You know, it looks like that none of them even did the command to report back to you. Each one is just reporting in their terminal, but none of them actually broadcast back to you. Can you reach out to them to find out why they didn't do that? Yeah, 84%. Yeah, let me show you here. 84% in my weekly, but it resets in one day. I mean, honestly, most of my so this is my $200 plan, but this will barely move in the next 3 days as long as I'm using my tool here. And I can run multiple. These are all clods. All 3 of these are clods, or 4 of these. I have token efficiency up here that I use that really help with how much tokens I'm sending. So I really cut back on a lot of the token usage. And each one of these wired up tools that I have here that does different things to save you token cost really optimize the full token consistency. So right now I'm saving up to 84% of my token usage that a normal uh, CLI would use or the desktop. It just sends everything it can. What I do behind the scenes, what my tools do here, it strips out a lot of the unnecessary tokens that don't need to go back and forth. Yeah, a lot of people who never code before started vibe coding. It's actually a lot easier, a lot smoother to talking to them, and you will learn a lot from vibe coding. Um, the AI would do 90% of the work for you, but you make sure the AI works for you, not the other way around. You have to make sure you guide it in the right directions. All 3 workers confirmed to come back. Okay. So that works. So they broadcast back. That's good. All right. Let's see if Whisper works in here yet. Testing 1, 2. Okay, that's not working. Okay, for all day today, I was able to use Whisper, which is a third party app, to be able to send commands to you. But now that stopped working. Right now, I'm using the internal app, which is fine and it works perfect. But not everyone's going to want to use my app and they want to use Whisper. So we need to find out why it stopped working. It was working all day, but all of a sudden it stopped working. I cannot target you as the main interface to be able to click you and well, how do I put this? How do I put this? Whisper does not recognize the the internal terminal inside of Plyrium Forge as a target for it to send to. It doesn't think anything's focused. There we go. How does it know what tokens to strip? Um, it's because I tailored it in a way to strip the right tokens. So I explained this earlier. How it works is the first time you ever send a prompt to AI, it's a fresh state, new session. You send a prompt. There's several things that happens with that first prompt. It has to go through the terminal, then it goes through the app interface, which is the CLI that's built like Anthropic, for instance. They have their CLI, which is Claude CLI. So it goes from terminal to that, and then from that it gets out to an HTTP request to the actual LLM in the cloud, wherever Anthropic servers are. So and then from there, once the LLM gets your prompt in the cloud, it'll respond back and it'll actually start using tools that they have built for it in the cloud, and it'll send that message back, which is already growing since you first prompted. It's already growing, and when it comes back through, now the CLI has to reprocess it, And now the terminal reprocesses it, and there's other tools being called before it gets to what you see them talking here. So your prompt went through 5 different steps and it grew. That's just one prompt. Now, when you prompt again, um, it'll go through. It'll send your last prompt and now your new prompt at the same time, and it'll keep doing that. It'll send your last prompt and your old prompts, and until you reach your million contexts. So what I did is I know what tools they're using, and I can before on each step it goes through. I have a tool that reaches in and pulls out that those tokens that are tool calls that is not necessary in the conversation or the context of what you're doing. So when it says invoking web request or using curl, things like that, all that is saved and it costs you tokens. You pull all that out, which is quite a bit, you're saving 80, 90% of your tokens. And that's exactly, right here as you see, that's exactly what I'm saving. Well, right up here. So I just know how to do it. I know what their API is. I know uh, I just been doing it long enough. I built my own AI, and I have a good understanding of how it all works. On Codex, I'm only able to save around 45 to 60% of their token usage. It's hard for me to their CLI is a little bit different than what Anthropic's is, but you still get token savings. Uh, Sleek, hey, how you doing? Sorry, I was just talking away and I missed you there. How are you? Could you do me a favor? How can I get users for my YouTube scripting SaaS? How can I get users for my YouTube script? I don't know. Start live streaming like I did? And I'm not familiar with coding. Okay, yeah, I answered that. Ice, when did I start vibe coding? Uh, Probably about a year ago is when I actually got into it. How does it know? Okay, I already read that one. Is this my first project? No, no, not at all. Um, and I went through this earlier today too. I love showing this off. Let me find it here. So these are all my projects that I've done, built, worked on. I built my own AIs. I built my own transformers. Um, I've done memory neural networks. I mean, I was really into building AIs and understanding them. I've done everything under the sun on building my own AIs just to understand them. Let's see, SaaS Forge, um, Liquid Memory Dynamics. This is actually on GitHub right now. If you guys are interested in something like that, it's a. I'll show this to you. It's actually pretty cool. So it's Living Memory Dynamics. That's what it is. A novel framework for narrative generating episodic memory with creative leaps features by me, memory equation. So because I'm also I study physicist, so I can actually do certain equations and stuff, and I understand math and how things work. So I actually came up with this memory equation here that I've developed. It's my algorithm for how you can store memory and do recalls based off of vectorization. So, and this explains everything here. Language grounding. And I actually had a company reach out to me because this is it's open source, but I do have a license on here. Uh, Wherever my license at, here. Um, so it is licensed for free to use as long as you're not some big company that's trying to make money off of it. Now, I did have a company reach out to me because they did want to use it for what they're building, and this they after they used it and looked at it, what they built, this was the missing piece that they needed, and what they're doing is helping Alzheimer disease. And they actually built this whole thing for Alzheimer disease, and my equation was exactly what they were missing, what they needed. So they asked me if they could use it. And I'm like, for that, heck yeah, go for it. I was so proud of them. I was so happy. So, anyways, yeah, that's my story on that. So, have I built other things? Yes. Using vibe coding or hand built myself. My temporal field here, I publish my own paper. If you guys are interested in this, so um, this is the my research paper, not that one.